So I will be talk about the marketing points and our accessibility. So our marketing points is that we have the unique flavors which have the medical properties and it made from the natural, which is serve the customer needs that they have like the health conscious behavior, and it is an healthier alternative boba tea than the conventional one. And also we have the eco-friendly packaging and our accessibility. For the fresh one, you can order at our boba store, and to serve the new behavior of the customer, we also have the food delivery service for our customer. And for the bottle one, you can buy it at the convenience store and order it at the online platform for each country. Next slide, please.
So this will be the last topic of this presentation, is how will this product be sold in this shelf life. And so cognac will be marketed as a healthier alternative to boba, and the best way to sell this product, as was mentioned, is by selling it directly to consumers, because all of the ingredients would be fresh and ready to consume by having by having a stall inside the mall and letting the customer order the drinks and customize it themselves, like the different toppings and different flavors. But the other choice is, if that is not possible, there's also packaging the drinks individually in the 250 milliliter plastic cups and sell them in the local mini market. And if chilled properly, depending on the contents inside, either it's dairy milk or not, it would last for up to, but not, I think, not over 5 days. Yeah, the jelly can be packaged separately from the drink to prevent the topping soaking in the drink for too long, because it will lose the natural flavors, and also the water content would go inside of each toppings. So that is all for our presentation, and this is the design by Laikolai, and this is the credits for the presentation. And thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, I have one question.
Yes.
My question is that bubble tea and boba tea already exist in Europe, but mainly it's always rejected in the Asian district. Like, I get a feeling like it's not really known in France, for instance, but it already exists, and no one like drink it except like for the Asian community. So how do you plan to make it like more known around Europe? Because like so far it hasn't worked that much.
Okay, thank you for the question. So I think that will come down to the marketing strategy, and I don't really know what the consumer behavior of normally are. Either they know coffee or some combination in between. But I would know that maybe you don't really like really sweet drinks. So I guess by having this kind of natural, what do you call it? Natural flavors alternative available, and by marketing it in kind of a new way, not just in the Asian districts, as you would say, but also in the more conventional areas where people are going by, I think is also quite important. And secondly, also, besides just marketing, it would also need to cater the French tastes. And maybe the more adventurous one would like to consume like cheese tea, bubble tea. And I've heard that the French are normally very keen into cheese, but not into drinks. So maybe that is kind of the other kind of innovation that would transcends the Asian market into the European market. But maybe these are just my thoughts. And since I don't really know the condition of the French consumers directly on site, that would be the suggestion that I would give. Thank you. Any more questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So basically the flavoring choices you have for most of the countries are things like people actually consume even when they're not sick, right? Even though it has like health benefits, people usually still consume like jamu and whatever when they're not sick. But for the French flavoring, you said it's the same flavoring as a cough medicine. Do you think it will deter some consumers? Because like I know I wouldn't drink something.
It is the normal. It's not the normal, but one of the flavorings that were used, from what I've heard, in cough medicines. But like, for example, kids' cough medicine also comes with strawberry and other flavors. So I think the same kind of thought process come into it to disgust people less and try to market it as not as a cough medicine per se, but also as a not bitter cough medicine. So it's not only used as a cough medicine flavor, but also drink as it is, I think, in tea.
Oh, so it's not overwhelmingly associated with cough medicine.
No, I don't. That's at least what the French has told me. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I have one more question.
Yep.
So a lot of recyclable plastic is not really recycled, even though they can be recycled. So do you have like any system like where users can submit their trash to the store or something like that? So that
definitely. Maybe that would be like more thought process that would go into the finalizing of this product. But since we only want to establish a few key points, I guess that would need to be thoroughly thought a bit more. But I guess that would be a possibility too. We also thought that since this is eventually would be plastic anyway, and there is no packaging well suited to wet materials and liquid materials more than plastic. So I guess it would be a challenge for us to do as well. But I guess for the disposal of the product is really not up to the store. It's up to the local government, but we need to find alternative as a good seller. Yeah, I guess that would be one of the suggestions to be thought if we were to be marketing this product as eco-friendly. Thank you so much. Yeah. Any other question?
Can I have like one or two more questions?
Yeah, sure.
I mean one or two more questions from the class.
Okay.
And then we're gonna move to the next group. Yeah, any more questions? Okay, my question is that you are addressing the new consumer behavior, and in which consumer behavior, the new consumer behavior that you are mainly focused on?
I think this one, the last one. I guess it's inherently obvious in Asian cultures, but we like to stay healthy, and it's rumored that eating noodles will lead you to longevity. I guess that is like a pattern of wanting to avoid sickness and doing everything we can to actually avoid it by taking vitamins, eating healthily, and all of that. And with Corona, this effect is exacerbated. So my mom always tells me to buy vitamins, and not also me too, but also my roommates too were told by their parents to also take vitamins because of the coronavirus. Yeah, I think that's directly correlated with the consumer behavior that we see nowadays with the event of the coronavirus. Yeah. I hope I made that clear enough through this presentation.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it, but how will you communicate to your target customers about this point, that your products will really help to increase the, the kind of
Oh, so
immunity or something like that? Because
yeah,
it seems like, you know, when you say boba tea, cognac, that is just, you know, sort of low calories, jelly, something like that, right? But the main sort of main characteristics of the product that help to you know, to sort of increase immunity or make it look very sort of healthy choice product. What do you how do you communicate to your customers to show that?
Oh, I guess I haven't thought about that thoroughly enough. I guess that we would just need to exploit their thought that vitamins will protect themselves from COVID, but then innovate itself is just a marketing gimmick, and people with no really deep scientific background will know it, won't know what it means for vitamins to actually not boost immune system. But I guess we have to make the vitamin part a forefront of our marketing strategy. But I haven't thought about how it actually needs to be communicated that vitamins is actually effective against COVID. I guess that's what you mean, right, Ajan? Yeah. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, any more questions for this group? All right, okay, if there's no more questions, then can I ask that now everybody please go to the link for group 5 and access that presentation.
Okay, I will stop sharing. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, thank you.